Hey, what is going on, everyone? In today's video, I want to show you an amazing compact deviation setup for your base in Once Human. Now, I do want to point out this was not an original idea by me. This was actually posted on the Once Human Reddit a little bit ago by this user here, and I'm probably going to butcher the name. I imagine it says something else, but I'm going to say jsuisepuisee here. Posted this on the Once Human Reddit. Really awesome setup here, so all credit goes to them. They did provide some basic instructions, but it did take me a little bit to figure out exactly how to build this. So that's why I'm going to make this video to show you step by step exactly how you can build this deviation setup at your base. And just to give you a little preview of exactly what this looks like, we're going to be stacking the securement units on top of each other, and this is going to allow us to have a pretty small footprint at your base. You also will be able to satisfy all of the requirements for all of these different deviations, so that is obviously really important. And you will be able to access all of these securement units just by going right in the middle right here, and you'll be able to access every single one, even the ones that are over in the corner right here you can still access, and you will be able to save this as a blueprint as well to use in future scenarios. So I'll show you exactly how to set all this up, how to save it as a blueprint, and all the steps in between. And of course, if this video does end up helping you out, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It really does help out, and I really do appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, you're going to be using the quarter wood foundation 1 here in order to build out a 3x3 grid. So I recommend having grid snapping turned on, so you can hit caps lock if you do have it off, and that will turn grid snapping on. But all we're going to do here is create a 3x3 grid, but leave the middle one out because we'll do this one last. And the reason we're leaving this one empty and leaving it for last is because we're actually going to raise it up a little bit. So hold Alt, scroll up, and the reason we're doing this is because this will actually allow you to access all of the different securement units that we're about to build. Next up, we are going to build 2 of these wood columns here. So I'm going to just go ahead and select that, and where you're going to place them is right on the edge. I'm actually going to use a skin for mine here. So you're just going to place 2 of these right here, and this is going to allow us to build a little bit of a roof up top so that you can place things that the deviations require in order to satisfy their mood. And then for the roof pieces, you'll be using the quarter wood ceiling 1 here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to put a skin on mine, and you're just going to place 2 of those down right here. And so this is how everything is going to look so far. And the reason that we're putting this roof up here is so that we can place items that satisfy the deviations moods. And you can also place them obviously around the securement units as well, but this gives you a little bit more space. And now it's time to start placing down the securement units. Now you're going to want to make sure that you have your securement unit expansions unlocked in your mimetic screen. This will allow you to place up to 20 securement units, which is going to be the total for this setup. So I'm going to go ahead and select the securement unit, and then what we're going to do is, luckily this grid system makes it very easy, is you're going to be 1 space off of the edge right here. So you're essentially going to put them around this centerpiece. So I'm going to just go ahead and place all of the bottom ones here. So let's just go all the way around. And what's also very important is when you stack these securement units, you have to do it basically right after you place them. If you wait too long, or if you go ahead and place deviations in them, it will actually not let you stack them. So right away, you're going to want to make sure that you go and stack these, and you're going to go ahead and put them in the same exact grid that the bottom ones are in. And that's why the grid snapping is just so important here. It just makes life so much easier. So make sure you have that turned on as you place all of these around. And then there we go. Those are the securement units all in their place. If I try to place another one, it's going to tell me that I am at my maximum, which is 20 here. So there you have it. And now we're going to want to place down 2 of these planter boxes, but before we do so, we actually have to buy a shelf that is in the cosmetic shop. It only costs 60 cosmetic tokens, so hopefully you have enough for that. I imagine a lot of players do because they're pretty easy to get, especially if you get duplicate items. So we're just going to head right over to the shop here, and then you're going to go to the other tab. You're going to head to cosmetic token, and you're going to purchase this right here, which is the wall mounted display stand. There's probably other ways you can do this with some other shelving, but this is the one that the Redditor recommended, and it actually does make it really easy. So once you have that unlocked, just go to your furniture tab under furnishing items, and then you'll see this right here. And then we are going to just kind of place this on the side. You can place it right there, and then place this other one right here. And then we'll head into our facilities. We'll go to production processing, and then we will choose the planter box. And then this should allow us to place this planter box on this shelf. You kind of need to move it around just a little bit. It's going to go through that that post right there, but that is totally fine. So once we place those down, now you can actually place crops in there, which can help satisfy some of the deviations that require crops to be nearby. And then also, if you do have deviations that require being cool or being hot, you can go ahead and place a heater or a fan down on one corner, and then on the other corner you can place the other heater or fan, so that you can satisfy all the requirements for those deviations. And then, of course, if your deviations need music or they need lights, things like that, you can place them right underneath this ceiling here. And you can also place toys and radios, things like that all around here in order to satisfy them. And it should work in this radius. And then in order to save this as a house blueprint, you just head to the house blueprint tab, scroll down, click add blueprint here. You're going to save single building, and then you're just going to select one of the foundations that's just not the center one. If you select the center one, it will only save that, but if you select the outside one, it will save everything. So once you place this down again, you'll just need to replace that center foundation, which is just really easy to do. And then you just hit F in order to save it. You can save it whatever you would like. I've been calling this deviation station just because I think it sounds good. And then you can even tag it as small footprint because it definitely is. And then once you save that, you'll be able to use it again in future scenarios. And there you have it, folks. That is the little deviation station compact setup. I really like this. I'll definitely be using it in future scenarios, but let me know what you think down below. I'm always interested to see what you guys have to say with these different building setups because people are just so creative out there. And again, a huge thank you to jsuisepuisee is how I'll say it, for bringing this over on the Reddit. It's a really great setup, so thank you so much for sharing this, and hopefully you did find today's video useful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe to help support the channel. Also, feel free to join our Discord community. We've got amazing people in there. I always have it linked down in the description below. We've also got some other great survival game community members in there as well, so if you're interested in other games such as Dune Awakening, we do have community chats in there as well. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, folks. I hope this video helped you out, and yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, folks.